So 3 space.
No.
Alright folks, we're going to do my 4th game of my original run of Jeopardy Deluxe Edition on the Super NES. And so far in just 3 games I have won $105,000. I would love to win more. Taking on Jim and Rob this game, and let's play the Jeopardy round. It's an all-guys game. We have these as our categories. We're going to deal with U.S. history, authors, rules, sports, Egyptian mythology, and finally, first families. Alright. I'm going to start things off with authors for 100.
The answer is...
As a teenager, she cut her hair, dressed in boys' clothes, and called herself William Cather, who is Willa Cather. As I try to add on to my $105,000 that I've won. Let's have authors 200.
The answer is...
Playwright Oliver Goldsmith may have written some of the rhymes attributed to this old woman, who's Mother Goose. I will take authors 300.
The answer is...
Washington Irving completed a 5-volume biography of this president shortly before his death. Who is George Washington? Authors 400.
The answer is...
Though he was born in Prague, Franz Kafka wrote his novels in this language. What is German? Authors 500.
The answer is...
Lord Byron is a national hero here, where he died while helping them plan a war against Turkey. What is Greece? Ran the category. Egyptian mythology 100.
The answer is...
Many copies of this book have been found in Egyptian tombs, but not one of them is complete. What's the Book of the Dead? Oh, I put an E instead of a D. No. It's alright, it's okay. It's alright, don't sweat it. Yeah, the Book of the Dead. I put an E instead of a D on the second part, dead. It's okay, don't let it get to me. Don't let it get to me. Rules for 100.
The answer is...
It has been stated as do unto others as you would have them do unto you. What's the golden rule? Rules for 200. Let's go back to Egyptian mythology 200.
The answer is...
The creator god of this city was Ptah, not Elvis. What is Memphis? Egyptian mythology 300.
The answer is...
This sun god, the main god of ancient Egypt, became the official deity of the pharaohs. Who is Ra? Egyptian mythology, 400.
The answer is
A statue of this dog-like mammal representing the god Anubis guarded King Tut's tomb. What's a jackal? Egyptian mythology for 500.
the answer is
Horus, the life-giver, was sometimes depicted holding this cross-like symbol of life. Rob. The Ankh. Oh yeah, that's right. So he'll take second place for right now, and we go to the next clue. First families for 100.
the answer is
Before the 1988 election, she joked that if George lost, she'd get a facelift and dye her hair red. Who is Barbara Bush? First family trivia for 200, please.
the answer is
Frederick Dent, Ellen Marshall, Jesse Root, and Ulysses Simpson were his children. Who's Ulysses S. Grant? Could I have first family trivia for 300, please?
the answer is
First lady who was born Claudia Alta Taylor. Who's Lady Bird Johnson? That's going to put me right at $3,000. Okay. I'll take first family trivia for 400.
the answer is
His wife Rachel lived to see him elected but died before he was inaugurated. Who is Andrew Jackson? Let's close it out. First family trivia for 5.
the answer is
The first White House wedding took place in 1812, and this first lady's sister Lucy was the bride. Who is Dolly Madison? Ran that category. Rules 200.
the answer is
This forward rule tells us how to adjust our clocks to begin and end daylight savings time. What is spring forward, fall back? Rules 300.
the answer is
John Douglas, sponsor of a code of pugilistic fair play in 1867, is better known by this title. Who was the Marquess of Queensberry? Rules 400.
the answer is
In 1742, he published a set of rules for whist that led to publication for rules of other games. Who is Hoyle? Rules 500. Daily double. Let's make it a true daily double. In 1876, a U.S. Army engineer wrote this popular book on parliamentary procedure. Well, this one I'm not too sure about, but I'll see if I can figure it out. Oh, what is a point of order? Oh, it's not? Robert's Rules of Order. Oh. Robert's Rules of Order. Crap. Took a hit on the Daily Double, but you know what? Water under the bridge. Let's go to sports for 100. I can get it back. I'll get all the money back. While a Golden Gloves winner is a boxer, a Gold Glove winner plays this sport. What is baseball? Sports 200.
The answer is
Hooker and scrum half are positions in this British sport that resembles football. What is rugby? Sports 300.
the answer is
You won't find Frank Zamboni in the Hockey Hall of Fame, but you can see a Zamboni resurface this. What is ice? Sports 400.
the answer is
Named for a female tennis champ, this thoroughbred was racing's lead money winner in 1974. Oh, Chris Evert, that's right. Sports 500.
the answer is
Italian Klaus DiBiase won Olympic gold medals in the summers of 68, 72, and 76 in this sport. Oh, platform diving, yeah. Now it's U.S. History 100.
the answer is
British King and his Queen Elizabeth, who were the first British monarchs to visit the U.S. Who was, I'm going to say it was Prince, no. Who is, oh, George VI. $200.
the answer is
On July 4th, 1917, an American colonel spoke these words at Lafayette's tomb in Paris. What are Lafayette, we are here? $300.
the answer is
In the South, the battles of Bull Run were better known as the battles of this. Were known as the battles of this. What is Manassas? $400. I'm back in the lead.
the answer is
On April 23rd, 1968, students began to take over buildings on the campus of this Ivy League university. Jim. Columbia. Oh, okay. Now the last clue.
the answer is
This Pennsylvania's nickname comes from its place in the center of the original 13 colonies. What is the Keystone State? Well, out of all the money I lost on the Daily Double, I got 1,700 of it back, but did okay. So I have 1,700, Rob has 1,000, Jim 900, so he'll go first in Double Jeopardy.
here are the categories.
We're going to be dealing with these categories in Double Jeopardy. Kansas, Europe, people, 1970, transportation, and finally, men's names. Alright. I'll make do with these categories, and let's begin. 1970 for 200.
The answer is
His court-martial relating to the events on My Lai began on November 12th, 1970. Jin. Lieutenant William Calley. Alright. Transportation for 200.
The answer is
So there. Chauncey Dunn set the Guinness altitude record, 53,000 feet, for one of these with an open basket. What is a hot air balloon? I'll take transportation for 400.
The answer is
Many Eskimos now use this motorized sled instead of the traditional dog team. What is a toboggan? No. Forgot. Oh, well, Rob doesn't know. Oh, it's a snowmobile, that's right. Alright, transportation for 600.
the answer is
Coaster brakes on a bike are operated with the pedals. Caliper brakes are operated from here. What is the handlebars? Let's take transportation for 800, please.
the answer is
December 11th, 1972 was the last time anyone landed there. What's the moon? Thousand. Transportation for 1,000.
the answer is
Recalling older times, the Golden Eagle is the only ferry of this type on the Mississippi. Rob. It's a paddle wheel. So he'll take second place for now. And where are we going next? We're going to 1970 for 400.
the answer is
Length that replaced the mini as skirt length dropped to mid-calf around 1970. What is the midi? Let's take a 1970 for 600. One of the daily doubles. This time, I'm going to go 700. After a 5-year strike, the union led by this man signed contracts with most table grape growers. Who is... Concord? No. CESAR CHAVEZ. But it's okay. Still in the lead. 1970, 800.
the answer is
Millions of Americans first observed this anti-pollution day on April 22nd, 1970. What is Earth Day? $1970 for 1,000.
the answer is
For her involvement in the Soledad Brothers case, she made the FBI's 10 most wanted list. Jim? Angela Davis. Okay. Alright, we're going on. Europe for 200.
the answer is
And the answer there is... This annual Bavarian festival actually begins in September. What is Oktoberfest? Europe 400. boot looks like it's about to kick this island. What's Sicily? Europe 600.
The answer is
Formerly a province, Provence is a region in this country. What's France? Europe 800.
the answer is
Built about 449 BC, the Temple of Hephaestus is the best preserved temple in this country. What is Greece? I got all my money back plus some. Europe for 1,000.
the answer is
The Azores were deserted when discovered and claimed by this country in the 15th century. What is Portugal? Well done. Okay. Let me have let me have Kansas for
the
200.
answer is
The first drought-resistant variety of this grain was brought to Kansas in the 1870s. What is wheat? Kansas 400.
the answer is
You can see a recreation of historic Front Street in Boot Hill in this former Wild West town. What is Abilene? Or is it Wichita? Either Abilene or Wichita. I'll just say it was Wichita. Oh, I should have gone with Abilene. Foop. No, Dodge City. I would have been wrong either way. People 200.
the answer is
Pia Zadora and her husband are the proud owners of this estate, once the home of Mary Pickford. Rob. Pickfair. Pickfair. Kansas 600.
the answer is
Kansas leads the nation in the production of this lighter than air gas. What is helium? Kansas 800.
the answer is
Kansas is rectangular in shape except for the northeast corner where this river forms the boundary. What is the Missouri? Kansas 1,000.
the answer is
The case of Oliver Brown versus this city's Board of Education in 1954 outlawed school segregation. What is Topeka? People 400.
the answer is
In 1988, a Burbank Street was renamed Bob Hope Drive in honor of Bob's 50 years with this network. What is NBC? People 600.
the answer is
The youngest Marx brother and the last by his nickname, alphabetically. Who is Zeppo? People 800.
the answer is
This great Georgia-born singer was blinded at age 6 by what was later diagnosed as glaucoma. Who is Ray Charles? People 1,000.
the answer is
In 1988, this late jockey became the oldest man to win the Kentucky Derby. It's Willie Shoemaker. Oh, that's right. wanted to go with him, but I wasn't sure enough. That just leaves the last category, which is men's names, 200.
The answer is
First name of 5 presidents, 6 signers of the Declaration of Independence, and 10 men on the Mayflower. What is John? $400.
the answer is
The Greek word for sovereign or tyrant gave us this first name of a powerful actor. What is Tyrone? $600.
the answer is
Palindromic name that's also a verb meaning to move up and down, like a cork in water. What's Bob? Men's names for 1,000.
the answer is
Meaning he gave in Hebrew. It's the name of a patriot who gave his life for his country. Ooh, I forgot about that one. Oh, Nathan Hale, yeah. And the last clue belongs to Jim because it is the Daily Double. The other one. The two men's names that precede Pound, Mountain, and Mary, and he does not know that it's Peter and Paul. So he'll drop to 2,000, and yep. But it's a runaway game. Cannot be caught. The category is history. How much of my money do I want to put at risk? Do 1,400. This extremely strange and cruel Roman emperor was succeeded by his uncle Claudius. Trying to remember who it was. I don't remember, so I'm going to finish with 10,200. So I'm going to have $115,200 after 4 games. Oh, camera's low on battery, but we're just about done.
Final Jeopardy answer is
Who was it? It was Caligula. That's right. I forgot. I keep forgetting that one. Let's see if Jim was able to come up with Caligula. Yeah, he was. So he doubles his money to $4,000. Rob, were you able to come up with Caligula? Yep. So you go up to 5,400. I was not able to come up with Caligula. But I still finished with $10,200 for a 4-game total of $115,200. See you all for the next video.